Welcome. Yeah, this is just a quick video. I think this is more therapeutic for me to get things off my chest, really. That's what it is. And sorry about that, people. But anyway, look, we all know these countries where you can't say something or do something under threat of arrest and or you disappear. We know those countries, don't we? I think. Yeah, and we chastise these countries and we alienate these countries because we don't agree with that. But every year there's more rules and regulations on people from the government in Western world and Europe. And you can't say certain things. You can't do certain things. I mean, obviously within reason. But otherwise you will lose your job. You will be bullied. You will be chastised, thrown out, whatever, alienated, arrested for saying something or doing something quite minor. So is the Western world and Europe and that any different than these other countries that they chastise? I don't think so. I mean, the far left is the worst ones and the worst governments for that sort of rules and regulations for everything because they like to be in control. And the SJWs, they're well funded by the government, by the way. And feminist organisations are funded by the government quite well. And not many men organisations are funded by the government. And I mean, look at Antifa. I don't know anybody knows that sort of group. I haven't heard too much about them recently, but this is a group basically of crazed people, really, crazed feminists and all that. And their motto is by any means necessary. Right? Basically, they're a terror group. And they are funded by some form of government somewhere. And I don't know how they can exist. I mean, they're basically going around destroying things, smashing things up. And, how can they exist if we have a decent society? Well, they can't. So we don't have a decent society, do we? Right? So I don't know where we're going, but I tell you, there's a little bit of hope in Europe and around. The slightly right-wing governments are actually getting more power. The reason why the right's better is because the left's gone so far left, they've gone nuts. I mean, take a look at California. I mean, that was a beautiful place, but a lot of the places in California now are just dumps. They are actually dumps. California's a big place, but there's a lot of, poor people there. It's not doing as well as they're saying it is. It's just a sham, And that's your left government there that's gone way left, making stupid laws. I mean, it was a bit like Canada and Quebec. We used to say, get a chainsaw, cut all the way around Quebec, or say cut all the way around California, and push it out to sea. Because that's what, the Quebec people wanted. That's what the Californian government wants, which is ridiculous, of course. Anyway, there may be something happen there that might change the topical map sort of thing. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. But, yeah. But France is gone. I went to France, Paris, just a little while ago, and it's a dump. And I remember going back there when I was really young, because I was living in England and Canada at the same time. But you could get a ferry across to France from England, and that 21 miles or something like that. And it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The only thing I didn't like about Paris was the fact when I was young was I found the policemen to be quite rude, which, you know, French people are actually, and they are quite rude. And I also noticed that, you know, people came into a bar, a pub or whatever, and they all did this kissing thing, especially women. They do all this kissing thing all around the table when they meet everybody and all that. And it takes longer for them to do all the kissing thing and then sit down. They only stay a couple of minutes and then they get up and leave and they've got to do all that kissing thing again. I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit of an effort, isn't it? Plus, you're passing on a hell of a lot of germs there. But anyway, that's just my thought on it. In the UK, the laws and regulations are absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you just think about in your head how many rules and regulations you have to pass by just getting in your car and starting up and driving away. How many rules and regulations do you have to, you know, get through before you can even just do that? And the government is always telling us what to do. So you feel kind of trapped. I don't know, maybe some of these countries, these other countries who we're supposed to chastise, are actually better, you know. Well, maybe not, but they, you know what I mean? The attitude, the people seem to be quite happy because the people in Europe now, I've noticed, very miserable people, not very happy. But anyway, that's just my thought on that, about it. I'm not going to tell you what I vote for, because I don't normally vote, because I've seen people, they vote and it doesn't make any difference. But there is a change happening in Europe and I hope it carries on and spreads, but we'll see. Thanks for listening.